Well, here we are back in the PG kitchen. Gretchen McKay, one of the food writers for the Post-Gazette, and as you can see from my attire, it's not a regular day, but it's Halloween, or we're getting ready for Halloween. So, and what we're going to be doing today is making some recipes that are nice for kids who wear braces. If you're like me, you've got kids who wear braces, there's millions of them out there, and Halloween candy isn't always so kind to kids who have hardware on their teeth. So we have a couple recipes we're going to try today that are going to be kind to kids who are brace faces. Let's get on our brooms and go on off to the kitchen. Or something like that. One thing kids really like to eat at parties are Jello jigglers, and they actually couldn't be any easier to make. And we did them in orange and black for the season, and you just follow the directions on the package, and it's basically just the Jello mix with some juice and some water. Put it in the fridge for a couple hours, and then you take your bat-shaped cutter here, which you can get at any grocery store, and you want to make sure you do it pretty firm. Give it a little shake so that when you pull it away, it'll come through. First one's always the hardest to get out. And there you go. A sort of perfect bat.
I mean, it looks like a bat, but it's all scratched up.
That was pretty easy, something even your kids could do without your supervision. So we're going to move on to something that's a little bit tougher. I thought it was going to be really easy looking at the cookbook, but it wasn't. And that is the cobweb cupcakes. And basically, we're just going to start with a chocolate cupcake with that's iced, and we're going.
I'll get it. Hi, Dad.
Tom, middle of filming.
We're in the middle of filming, just so you know.
Now we're just going to start with a chocolate cupcake, and you're going to ice it with a white icing, and then we're going to pipe on with really, really, really hot chocolate. I'll show you how hot in a minute. This spiderweb design on top of the cupcakes. And incidentally, all these recipes, while they are good for kids with braces, of course kids without braces are going to like them just as much. This is just some chocolate chips with a little bit of shortening in here that you melt. And we're going to put it right in this bag. This is going to be extremely, extremely hot. You're not even going to be able to hold this bag. So, you might want to grab a dish towel. It's very hot. You're not going to want your kids to do this. I'm just going to go 3 circles around. And you're going to take a toothpick and just going to draw the lines like this. You're going to have to work kind of fast. And there you go. A cobweb cupcake. I burnt my hand so bad doing this. Oh! Now, cobwebs are kind of scary for a Halloween party, but what will really frighten the kids are eyeballs. And of course, we mean edible eyeballs. And what I have done today is made some edible eyeballs that are peanut butter balls made with peanut butter and confectionery sugar, and they're dipped in white chocolate. Now, I had never worked with white chocolate before, and should have followed the recipe, which said to melt the chips in a double boiler. I didn't. I did it the way I did my dark chocolate, and just on the stove top. And what happened was, it burned. Still tastes good, but it's the color of a cadaver's eye instead of somebody who might be alive, which would be white. It's kind of gray here with specks in it, but maybe for Halloween that's not so bad. Basically, you just take a ball, and then you're going to use just commercial icing, and you want to make sure that you start with a clean tip, because if it gets clogged, it'll clunk. But basically, you're just going to draw some lines across, and you want to hold it sort of far away so that it again doesn't clunk. Get as fancy as you want, and then we're going to take some green icing, do a blob in the middle, top it with a brown M&M, and your kids will like this because they have to go through the bag and just pick out the brown one. And then you want to put it with the M&M side down. That will make the green icing spread out. And then we're just going to top it with a little white on the top. And there you go. An edible eyeball.
Why?
Now this is something that actually takes a little bit more skill. But they are carved Granny Smith apple halves, and basically they just have a face carved into them with a paring knife, and you then soak them in some lemon juice and salt and bake them in a low temperature oven for about an hour and a half, and they dry out. And they can either then be floated in a punch at your Halloween party. Sorry. Is it gone? No.
It's still there.
You can either float... Joys of Pittsburgh. You can put them on a stick and use them as a decoration, or you could even eat them because they are just apples. And what's really cool about this is that it was a local woman's recipe. It was demonstrated on the Martha Stewart show. Here we are after all that hard work making these Halloween treats. We're going to see if kids with braces, like my son Jack, and those without, like my daughter Olivia, think that they're any good.
It tastes like peanut butter cups. They're really gooey.
Yeah.